This is the second look at the Odytron Special Edition Atmegatron. It takes the Atmegatron hardware and adds paintwork that pays homage to the classic analog synth that the Odytron is based on. It also comes bundled with a programmer cable and 3 overlays, including one for the standard Atmegatron software. The audio engine is entirely 8-bit digital, but as you will hear, the sound is an interesting crossover between digital and analog. To demonstrate this, I'll deconstruct a few of the Odytron preset sounds. So the first sound I'll look at is this analog sounding bass. Kind of a classic analog bass sound, but with that little 8-bit digital twist to it. So if I go to the audio mixer, you can see I've got a bit of the ring mod, a lot of the first oscillator, and a little bit of the second. So you can adjust this mix as you want. So this is just... And then you can see that the DCF type is on the green, so that means it's the smoother of the 2 filters. And then we have, if we go to the filter section, you can see that we've controlling the cutoff with the ADSR envelope. And if I go to the envelope generator, I can then tweak the decay. Next up is a sound that demos the pulse width modulation. So if I go to the pulse width mod, you'll see that's on full. Other thing is it's got the oscillators slightly detuned, so I could actually put them back in tune. Or split them an octave. Or 2 octaves. Next up, a sound that demos the Portmanteau and a bit of vibrato. Just adjust the Portmanteau here. And then the vibrato is simply putting a bit of frequency modulation on the 2 oscillators. You can see there's just a small amount on that one and on that one, but I could change it. Or I could put it onto a square wave. And this amount of modulation is also linked to the mod wheel, so you can use the mod wheel on your MIDI controller too. Next up is a sound that demonstrates the 2 oscillators working independently. It can be used as a really full bass like that, but also you can play 1 note low and 1 note high. And that's achieved just by going to oscillator 1 and putting square wave modulation on full and then no modulation on oscillator 2. This sound demonstrates the ring mod and the wave sync. So I take the wave sync off, I'll deconstruct it a bit. So I take off the ring mod. You can hear that's actually just the oscillator with the envelope controlling the pitch, but if I turn the wave sync on, it's now been synced by the first oscillator. And then if you add a little bit of ring mod between the 2 oscillators, get this. You could also put it on the harsher filter. There's also a tiny bit of sine wave controlling the cutoff frequency of the filter. And I'll end with just a couple of sound effects. This one. And that is just a mixture of the white noise and 2 oscillators. And then we're using the filter with a slow attack to open up slowly. And then oscillator 1 and 2 both have differing amounts of the envelope to control the pitch. And finally we'll end with some classic electro toms. Pretty much the same construction as the previous sound, but different shaped envelope. And I'll make that do for this time. Next time I'll go into a bit more depth into the technical background of the Odytron Special Edition. See you then.